Tara's Wealth Blueprint, where I give you the business for your business. Today we will be talking about how to build wealth in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. No matter your age, it is never too late or too early to start building wealth. And in today's video, I'm gonna break it down in the stages of 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, so you all can get a glimpse of what you can start doing to prepare for retirement. And also, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. This is a new channel, and I would love for you all to subscribe and get this knowledge, because we are on the road to financial freedom, to be financially free of debt and not thinking about being paycheck to paycheck. We don't want that lifestyle. So each stage of life requires a unique approach to savings, investing, and diversifying your income. So today I'm going to tell you how you can save money and secure a financial future for yourself to retire early. So in your 20s, it is good to go ahead and start saving aggressively. So we all know when you're in your 20s, you want the flashy things. You want the nicest car, the nicest house, the nicest jewelry, the new pair of shoes that come out. And you just waste money. Most people in their 20s, they waste money, because I know I did. So the first thing you should start doing in your 20s is to save aggressively. If you have a job, take a certain portion of your income and put it into a savings account. Most people have one bank that they have checking and savings at. That's fine, but I do not recommend that. I recommend, if you're getting paid, have your paycheck go to your checking, and also have your employer split your wages, and you can put probably 10 or 20% of your check in a savings account at another bank. So if you do not know it and you're in your 20s, if you have a savings in another bank and you don't have a checking connected to that, you will not be able to withdraw money from that account unless you go directly to that bank branch and withdraw the money. Just with that hassle of you going to get your money, most people don't want to go through all that. So you'll have a better chance of saving if you have it in another bank versus having your checking and savings at one bank. Another thing you can do, most employers have 401k. So with the 401k, some employers, they do match. So say for instance, you want 5% of your check to go into a 401k. You can have your company that you work for, they may match. So if they match up to 5 or 6%, I would definitely choose the 5% and let them match that. And that right there shows that you're putting 10% of savings into a 401k. Although that's something that you can't touch right now unless it's an actual tragic emergency. Well, not really tragic, but for funeral expenses, purchasing a new home, outstanding doctor bills, and you just so behind and you need to get some type of hardship money. That is when your 401k will come into play. But if you don't have to use it, do not use it, because me and my family, we were in a tornado which destroyed our whole house. We had nothing. We had to go live with other people and things like that until we got our money back up. So I would definitely recommend, if you don't need it, don't get it, because you have to pay 10% of that money once it's time for you to file your taxes. And you all, that 10%, depending on how much you have taken out of your 401k, can basically drop your refund amount or make you pay more back in taxes. And we do not want to pay more back in taxes. So be careful when making a decision to withdraw money from your 401k. But another way to save for the long run is having an IRA account, a Roth IRA. So with that is tax-free money. So that is basically money that's coming out of your bank account from when your check deposited. So let me say it like this. Your check from your job deposited into your bank account. And then you have money coming from your bank account going into your Roth IRA account. So that money has already been taxed, but you shouldn't prematurely take any money out of that. So wait and let that actually build. Do not touch it. And just for a number, I would recommend $100 if you can per pay period. It's good to put something in there. And starting in your 20s, you could be looking at close to $1 million by the time it's time for retirement age. But that is not the goal. The goal is to retire before the government's retirement age. So the next thing you can invest in is EFTs, and invest in those to see how the market goes, so you can get an understanding of how it works, and then start investing in more companies, so you can build wealth there and receive dividends and things like that. So definitely invest in the stock market. And if you want a separate video dedicated to what I'm telling you, please drop it down in the comments and let me know. Another thing you can do in your 20s is experiment with side hustles. So you are basically new to the job market. You are learning new things. You are learning new things about yourself every day. So if you have a passion about something, try it out, because you never know how far it can take you and how much income you can receive off of it. So definitely play around with some side hustles, photography, landscaping. It's a ton of side hustles. And I'll definitely do a video dedicated just for that as well, to give you some insight about side hustles. So now we're on the road to our 30s. So let's talk about building wealth in our 30s. In our 30s, we want to create passive income streams. We want to maximize our retirement contributions. We want to diversify investments. And most of all, we want to plan for big expenses. So when you're in your 30s, I encourage you to maximize your 401k and also maximize your Roth IRA account, because I mean, it's getting closer to retirement age. You're like halfway there. So to maximize those accounts, as far as the 401k, what you can do is match up to the highest that your company will match to. Like I said, when you're in your 20s, if they have a 5%, you can do 5%, but try to do a little more. If you can do 7 to 10%, to maximize your contribution to your 401k, your money will grow at a faster rate. With the Roth IRA, if you started out putting $50 in your Roth IRA, go ahead and up it to $75 or $100 for that bi-weekly, monthly, however you're putting the money in there. Next thing is to diversify your investments. What I mean by that is to get different ways that you invest, such as investing in real estate. There's a wide range where you can invest in real estate. It can be commercial or residential. If you invest in commercial, you can make a lot more money, but the startup cost is a lot more as well, unless you have good credit. We can talk about that in another video if you want. Investing in real estate commercial, you can have an event center, you can have a commercial building where you have different suites and rent out every suite. Investing in residential, you can do Airbnb hosting. You can also purchase property to have renters live in it. And of course, they're not gonna pay what the mortgage amount is. They will pay more because it's renting, and that's a risk. So make sure you are charging more if you are renting out your apartment or home to someone. Investing in real estate can be very lucrative, and it can also be passive in a way. It can be passive if you have a property managing company managing everything for you as far as receiving the money, managing maintenance and things like that. If you can't afford that, then of course you'll have to be more hands-on for investing in real estate. You can invest in stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrency, but you all be cautious, because we all know investing in the stock market can be very risky. So we don't want to lose a lot of money. So if you don't know what you're doing, I definitely advise you to speak to someone who does know what they're doing and who can help you get on track with investing and teach you as much as you can. But if you are new to this, start with one company and then add on other investments, because we don't want to lose so much money, especially when we're in our 30s and have to start over. So, creating passive income in your 30s. You all, there's a wide range of ways to create passive income. And to do that, you can turn something you're passionate about into a side hustle. So, like me, I'm a tax professional and I am very passionate about that. So, if I wanted to, for example, I could create an ebook on how to do it. I can have a class where I teach courses online or in person if I wanted to do it, because that is something that I'm knowledgeable about, and I understand completely, and I can deliver that to someone else to help them get started and get the things that they want in that type of business. So you can create an ebook. The ebooks are saturated, but you have to look at it this way, that everyone's experience on creating passive income for themselves is different. So when somebody writes a book, it's basically based off their experience. And we all know everybody experiences things differently and they have a different perception about how they navigate different processes of their life. If you do want to start a business to create passive income, just get knowledgeable about it, read books about it, pay for classes for someone to teach you about it, or go back to college and learn about it, pick up a trade or something, so you can start creating that passive income for whatever you want to do. The biggest thing when you're in your 30s is life events. You never know when something is going to happen. And most people in their 30s, they're ready to settle down and have kids, buy a home, purchase the car that they have been wanting for forever. And they feel that that is the time to go ahead and make those purchases. But you definitely have to prepare for it, and that's where those passive streams of income come in, and that's when the income from diversifying your investments, that all can help you plan for your future. But you have to make sure you put aside money that you're getting from the passive income streams for emergencies. Have different accounts. Me personally, I have about 4 accounts. Yeah, I do have 4 accounts. And you can have as many as you want, because you want to put money here, there, and there. And have an account for your bills. Have an account for, if you're married like me, you have a joint savings. Have your own savings account. And have an emergency fund. Have a fund for fun. So you can travel and do things like that. But make sure you're allocating your money so you can know where it is and you can have it just in case anything happens. So building wealth in your 40s, y'all. We have made it to the 40s and beyond. Key focus with building wealth in your 40s and beyond. You have to protect your wealth, optimize investments for risk, consider legacy and giving, keep generating income regardless of what you think you have coming in. So to protect your wealth in your 40s, make sure you have a will that states who gets what and how your estate will be split. Make sure you have a life insurance policy. Make sure you have a trust if you can get one. And the biggest thing with these 3, with having life insurance, wills, trust, all those, make sure you have beneficiaries. Because if you do not have beneficiaries, your people do not get anything. Even if you are someone who don't have kids, who don't have a mother or a father, cousin, or anybody in your family, have a friend as a beneficiary. Give your money to a church and have them as your beneficiary, or donate your money to some type of cause. But do not just have your money sitting to where it goes nowhere. Because why would you want your money to go to the state? No. Have your money go to some place or somewhere who actually needs it, and to help them live their life. That's creating a legacy. And to optimize your investments in case of risk, make sure you are putting your money into some type of stock that gives dividends. Because at this point in your life, you want to be receiving a payout of dividends for any money that you're putting in, because you are 40 and beyond. So you've reached that age to where you may not even want to work anymore, or you may want to cut back on how much work you are doing. So that can be, those dividends could be a way of you making a living for yourself. And to keep generating income in your 40s, make sure you have passive income like we stated in the 30s. Get you some rental properties. You know, you need something passive that's comfortable for you, so you won't have to have your hands in it so much. Because at this point, you should be able to have enough resources to where you have a managing company to manage the properties that you own, so you can just be receiving that passive income and not having to worry about payments, or not having to worry about maintenance, or even the people who's renting from you. The property managing company could take care of all of that for you. So to get started on all of this, you have to take accountability to what you have been doing with your finances. It's a lot of people out here who don't even look at their bank statements. They don't know what's coming in or what's going out. They're just spending, and not paying attention. And with the credit card debt being so high, I think it's in like the billions or trillions in the US. It is astronomical amount of credit card debt for individuals right now. That means that people are not making enough money to pay their bills, so they're having to use credit to pay for bills, groceries, and things of that sort. That's why side hustles and creating passive income is so important, because you cannot rely on one stream of income. Because if that one stream of income is taken away from you, what are you going to do? You have nothing. Then you go into depression. So make sure you have, even if you're door dashing, doing Uber, Lyft service, things like that, have something going to where you don't have to depend on one company to generate income for your livelihood. So set SMART goals. That is being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. You can start saving with as little as $50. So I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, and beyond. If you have not yet started saving, start saving. You're eating out all the time. Stop eating out all the time. You're buying unnecessary items such as clothing, shoes, and things like that you don't need. Stop doing those things. Utilize that money to go into a savings, to go into a 401k account, an IRA, or invest in a stock market, so you can see some growth once you reach that retirement age or before the retirement age. Because like I said, that is the goal, to retire before the age of retirement. And if you hadn't been checking, you know they keep moving the retirement age up. So you don't want to be 75 still working for a company, receiving the same amount of income. You don't have any passive income, no type of side hustles, and you're basically looking forward to the government taking care of you. That is not a way that you should want to live in today's time. The American dollar is decreasing every year. It's time to start doing something for you and stop trying to look like them. If you're the person that loves to shop and things like that, let your friends do that. Be the smart one. Like my husband always says. So here's my husband. I'm going to let him say the quote that he always says.
Of course, be a leader and not a follower. When you stop acting like them, they'll start looking up to you. And that's simply saying that some things you got to just let young people or young-minded people, let them do what they want to do, because it's always start a trend. Once one person start doing something, the next person. Think about social media. You can put out one trend of a topic, and that trend of a topic gonna keep on collaborating, keep on adjusting other folks. But you got to be the one who step out of the box saying, does this benefit me? Does this put money in my pocket? And so you just got to learn how to be your own leader. Learn how to take your own revenue, because your revenue will lead you to an avenue that will lead you to be monetized, more money in your pocket. So learn how to be a leader and not a follower. When you stop acting like them, when you stop trending after them, when you stop doing the things that they're doing, and then when they look over and see they don't have no money in their pocket, and then they look over at you and saying, well, he haven't been spending nothing, or she haven't been spending anything, but she's been saving, she's been finding a revenue to lead her to an avenue to make more money. So be a leader, not a follower. When you stop acting like them, they'll start looking up to you.
Amen, Pastor. So, yes, everything that he said, be a leader and not a follower. So, I want you all to do an assignment. I want you to take a look at your bank statements. Start writing down things that you do not need to be doing, such as probably buying coffee every day, going shopping for unnecessary items on the weekend. And take some of those things away and start acting as if you are only getting the things that you need and not the things that you want, especially when you're dealing with a tight budget. And write down what your biggest financial goal. If you want to purchase the car that you want, if you want to purchase that nice house, if you want to move out of the country, go ahead and write that down and start working towards saving to that. And that is all I have for this video. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment, give me some feedback in the comment section, and let me know what are your goals for this upcoming year and how you're going to navigate those goals so we can work together. Thank you all again, and I will see you in my next video.